anything you can do, I can do better. Hollywood is famous for copying off each other. Something comes out that's a big hit at the theater or on TV, they're going to come out with their own version of it too, to try to ride the coattails of it. Because for every Dallas, there's a dynasty. Let's talk about some instances when this happened. Start off with Magna P.I. Now, Magna P.I. was a really big hit for CBS. Well, Tom Selleck starred as this P.I. It was extremely popular, shot in Hawaii and everything. So, of course, ABC saw this, and they had to have their own Magnum P.I. And what could that possibly have been? Matt Houston, starring Lee Horsley, as this Texas oilman who opened up his own detective agency, because that's what Texas oilmen do, is open up their own detective agency. It was okay, it wasn't as good as Magna P.I., but it kind of held its own, But no matter how many times you saw Lee Horsley, you notice that, wow, don't these two look awfully close to each other? That's Matt Houston. Up next, you got Miami Vice. Now, Miami Vice was a big hit in the 80s, the style, the music, the color scheme of the show. It was extremely popular for NBC. So what did ABC do? Oh, they had to have their own version, The Insiders. Started the show with this guy. He was supposed to be this newspaper reporter, going on all these adventures. And he had to have his own Ricardo Tubbs, this ex-con, because, everybody in the 80s was an ex-con. It was a just bargain basement version of Miami Vice, and they knew it. It lasted about one season. That's The Insiders. Then they would try it with movies, too, like Tron. And I know some of my younger viewers are going, wow, they tried to do a TV version of Tron? Somewhat. Now, what could that have been? Automan. I know, that looks ridiculous, doesn't it? Started this AI, created by this cop, played by Dede Arnaz Jr. of all people. They would come together, they would become Automan. It was an absolute disaster. I knew when I was 13, 15 years old when this came out, I knew it wasn't going to last, so I watched it anyway, just for the fun of it. That's Automan. This time we're going to do it in reverse order. The older show is going to be copied, and that's Kolchak. Now, Kolchak is a cult hit, but it was wild. It was spooky. It had like the Headless Horseman in it, these giant lizards, Dracula. It was wild. It was a really spooky show. Now, what show tried to copy off of that? I think some of my older viewers already know. The X-Files. Now, the X-Files, minus the UFO portion of this show, is a carbon copy of Kolchak. I mean, got some of the same like monsters in it and everything else. I mean, so much so that in the 6th season, Darren McGavin actually co-starred in one of the episodes of the X-Files. Like I said, with more movies, let's try Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, Raiders of the Lost Ark is a big budget film by Steven Spielberg. I know what you're thinking. There's no way they could have copied this. Oh, they tried over and over again. The most famous one was Bring Her Back Alive, starring Bruce Boxleitner of all people. But it fizzled out just like the rest of these other shows. And then there's The Twilight Zone. Now, The Twilight Zone, to me, is the greatest TV show of all time. All the twists and turns that in this show. This is an epic show right here. So how did they try to copy off of it? There's The Outer Limits. Now, The Outer Limits, actually, unlike some of these other shows, was a quality show itself. I mean, it got its own identity. He had some really good shows in there, like The Zantee Misfits, or Demon with a Glass Hand here with Robert Culp. So I feel like that was kind of a little bit better because it got its own following. And that was The Outer Limits. Now for some bonus ones, you can't get Aquaman. Let's do The Man from Atlantis with Patrick Duffy. Or Misfits of Science. This is KDS Reviews. And KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. And throughout the week, we talk about the state of Hollywood as far as movie making is. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. Can you remember some more of these one-hit wonders? And if you want to see some more videos made especially for you, then watch this video right here. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.